All right, let's show you this last one here. And again, I'm not going to show you all of them, I'm just going to point out to you. I want to point out to you again, where's your cutting plane? The cutting plane runs through here, straight across. So we've taken a knife and we've cut through it. As we've cut through, we know if I'm looking here, okay, I've got, looks like a web right here. So that web is represented here. Remember, we do not cut through webs, they're shown normal. So I know I'm going to have some cutting in here. I know that I'm going to have some circles that come down, so I know that I'm going to be cutting through partial of that. I know I'm going to have a cut here. I'm going to have a cut here and a cut here, but I'm not going to have a hole here cut into it. Not showing it. Now, because this one is laid out in threes here, we're actually not going to show drawing this circle down because it's going to be assumed that you know that that's what it is, because we'll represent what it looks like over here. So we're using this as a representation to show what it looks like. So let's line this sucker up, my straight edge. You wouldn't have to because you can't technically have the dot sheet to follow, but hey, I find it easier. All right, so I'm going to darken my outside lines, my visible lines. Here's my outline, everything that I know I can see. I need to erase that little spot in the corner right there. Okay. So let's look at a couple things. Let's bring them down. Okay, good. So I know that that lines up with that. So that's the outside piece of it. So that tells me, okay, so it comes up. So it has a little flat edge here that comes up. Okay, where's my circle? Here's my hole in the middle. Oops, didn't mean to move the camera too much, sorry. And yes, I could bring that down, but it would get in the way. So we're going to pretend like we don't see that circle right there because we're going to use this side to represent it. All right, so if I'm cutting through and there's a hole going all the way through, I don't cut through the space, I cut through the edges. So I'm going to have a visible straight line here and a visible straight line there. And the same thing with the holes that are drilled out over here. Normally they'd be represented by hidden lines, but since we've cut through so we can see them. Now let's draw our center line. And now we need to draw all of our hatch marks. Where do the hatch marks go? So your hatch marks are going to hit in the areas that have been physically cut with a knife. So it will be inside of this rectangular area, inside of this little L area, and inside of this L area. And since it's cast iron, we have to go look up and see what the cast iron is. I believe cast iron is just the hash marks too. I have to go look in the PowerPoint. It's not expected, it's not important that you can memorize something, it's important enough that you know, oh, I need to go find out what that is. So cast iron, yeah, cast is just the plain generic. And see, I'm just using if I get my pencil to work, sorry. I'm just using this as my point of reference. And remember, anything that comes to the outside, you will need to come back and you will need to erase. It should come all the way to the edge. Should be uniform. Almost. That's what I was trying to get it to a point enough where I could show you. See how it hits there in that corner? Just a reminder. Should be uniform. Same thickness. All the way across. And then what you're going to do is you're going to finish making yours look like as much as the example as you possibly can. Again, remember on this part, know where your cutting plane is coming through. So I'm cutting through here. So I can see this area, and I'm cutting through here. If it's a web, I don't show it, remember? Then I'm gonna cut it through over here, so straight piece. So you're gonna make it look as much like the example as you can. Good luck, you can do this.